friends. Every Wednesday we get an opportunity to come to you to have some really great information and also share some great ideas about money, life, and everything else. We say money encompasses everything. So tonight I have a great guest with me tonight, a friend, someone who I've known for many years. We're gonna be talking about a great project, a project that he's been involved in. And this is a project that I'm very proud of, and I'm looking forward to the grand premiere. So we'll give him an opportunity tonight to share a little bit about his life, his career, and also this project that we're going to be talking about. So stay tuned. It's going to be an awesome night. And we want you to tag, share, and let your friends know that we are here every Wednesday for you and for them. So without further ado, I would like to welcome my guest tonight, my friend tonight. His name is Brunir Shackleton. This is a very unique name, and he's going to let you know a little bit about his name as well. So, Brunir, why don't you quickly introduce yourself before we get into in-depth conversation tonight?
Well, thank you, Gabrielle, for the invitation, and thank you, Boston, for having hosted me all my life, really, because I grew up here. I'm a child of Boston. And you mentioned the last name, Shackleton, which is not in English, a Creole name or a French name. My grandfather is from St. Thomas. So officially, I'm not 100% Haitian, but in my heart and my soul and my birth certificate and my everything, I'm definitely Haitian. But that's where the last name came from, Shackleton.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we've already claimed you, okay? You're not going anywhere. But, I said, we're going to have a candid conversation about your life, your business, and the current project, a hard on demand that you have you've been working on, and now it's coming out. The baby's already given birth. You've already given birth to the baby. Now You're getting ready to show it to the world. And, I was saying to you offline, I said, you know what? I refer to you as what we call a Renaissance man, right?
Renaissance.
Because you play music, you are a pianist, you are an actor, you've written many plays, right? And also the movie now, and also you're a producer. So how do you feel about the word Renaissance man? Do you believe that you're a Renaissance man?
Well, I think it's such a very important word, and it was also associated with someone who was such a genius that I'm scared to even think of myself as a Renaissance man, because Leonardo da Vinci, whose name is associated with that word, was such a genius. I mean, he was a scientist, he was an artist, he was a painter, he was a medical professional. This guy was doing everything. So I would be very timid to say I am a Renaissance man in the true sense of the word.
Well, I think you are. I believe you are, because I remember one of the events, you have really nice parties, really great parties. And I was lucky enough to have been invited. You invited me to an event. I think you were honoring a couple, Joseph and
Esther. Yeah, they were my friends, and I was just doing something to honor them, because this is something that friends, I feel, don't do enough. I mean, if you have someone you appreciate them, you could honor them at your house, invite other friends there for dinner, and toast them.
Yeah, well, you invited me to dinner. It was a great party. You had so many great activities, to really make it fun. But also all the cooking and the food, you made all that. So that's why I'm saying you are a Renaissance man, because I don't know too many people. Do you know too many people who do what you do?
My brothers.
Your brothers? Okay. We have to encourage families to really teach their boys, and the girls to really take advantage of all different opportunities and learn so many things. Now, you play the piano, and you also teach dancing, and you do all that stuff. Can you tell us a little bit about your career? Tell us a little bit about your career, and how come, we both Haitian, we know that typically parents in the community, be a doctor, be a nurse, be an engineer, but the arts and arts is like, okay, this is something you do as a hobby. This is something you do on the side. But I see you doing it. So how did you decide to pursue that?
Well, I was not exempt from the Haitian family's uh, dictatorial edict
Mhm.
that I should be a doctor. I actually went to BU my first year, and I was a pre-med student because
Oh.
since I was a kid, I was ascribed rather to be a doctor, and that's what I
Mhm.
thought I was going to be, until I did one summer at Boston Medical Center, and I hated the hospital. I hated
Wow.
the morgue. I hated the smell of formaldehyde when I'm in the
Mhm.
lab. So I knew that was not for me. So
Correct.
and my mother, I think she spent about 2 months without talking to me when I told her I didn't want to be a doctor anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my mother, because I've always been good at, pursuing education. She
Mhm.
was like, please be a nurse, like among other things, like everything she likes. I mean, everything actually she likes, she wanted me to be. Be a nurse, be a hairdresser, be this, be that. But, like you, I really didn't like the hospital or being like around sick people because I'm very sensitive.
Mhm.
Well, I think I'm very sensitive. So because like, I remember when I was little, I saw someone dying in front of me. And because of that, I was like, I would never want that happen again. But as I'm getting older, I realize that sometimes you do need to be there for someone. I've been there for someone who's going,
I think I think I think
physician.
being I think being a healthcare professional is more or less a calling.
Yeah,
There has to be this je ne sais quoi in somebody's psyche
yeah,
to be able to do that with care and aplomb. And I think that
yeah.
I can contribute in other ways, but being a direct care professional would have been a challenge for me.
Yeah, definitely. So you decided to pursue the arts instead.
Oh, no, 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 no. I would not pursue art specifically. I did political science and also management. So that's what I did.
Okay.
Arts is something, see, though, once I decided not to be a doctor, I was thinking college really is, you get yourself educated to receive a
Correct.
toolbox. And
Correct.
once you get that toolbox, you
Mm-hmm.
could decide to build whatever you want to build. I
Yeah.
think anyone with an education can decide what career path you want to go to, unless, of course, you choose one of those specific career paths like engineering. You have to focus on it. So I had a good liberal arts education, so I could be whatever I want to be. So that's
Exactly. Education is an education. So because of that education, I know I've been to your studio too. You teach salsa, merengue, and all that.
yeah.
So how long you been doing that? And also, what got you interested in dancing and music? And you awesome pianist. Yeah, tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, I'd have to start with the music part. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I was raised in a family where my uncle, who was the patriarch of the family,
Mm-hmm.
he's a musician. My uncle Edwin. He read music. He's always talking about music. He loves all kinds of music, and I used to go to his house all the time. So that way, I sort of get music infused in my system. And
Mm-hmm.
also, there was a friend of of I mean, I had friends when I was growing up, and one of their brothers was also a maestro at one of the choirs, I think Pastor Nelly's church.
Oh,
And he also was studying music, and he was also interested in music. And he one day allowed me to go home with his guitar. I never forget that. I mean, I
mm,
was a young kid, and he let me go home with his guitar. And if you play the guitar, you know how fragile it is that any kid could break the chord. But he trusted me to
wow.
go home with the guitar, and that's how I truly started playing around with the guitar, and I got interested in music. So as soon as I got here, I made sure that I took lessons, and I've been taking lessons. I took lessons for many years, and now I'm a professional musician.
Musician and dancer. I love
The dancer
seeing,
part.
yeah, the
The
dancer. Yeah.
dancer.
I've taken, you remember I used to come by and I took a couple
Yes,
lessons,
I
but
remember.
never get it to the level. I would be like so comfortable. You do such a great job, your studio.
Thank you. Dancing, I think I got into dancing because I grew up in the church, and a
Mm-hmm.
Protestant church where anybody who danced, they thought it was the work of the devil, which I thought was
Mm-hmm.
silly
Yes,
because
really.
the first miracle that Jesus did, he didn't do it at a church, he did it at a party. So,
Okay.
and he didn't turn the wine to water. He turned the water to wine because he wanted
Correct.
to have a good time and relax. So
Exactly.
seriously though, I think that I think dancing is one of the most beautiful thing that somebody could do, and it gives you self-confidence, because to
Mm-hmm.
be able to get up, to gyrate your body, do certain things
Mm-hmm.
requires more self-confidence than public speaking even.
Correct. Yeah.
So I have seen people's lives transform through dancing. People who were shy and now they're dancing, they're doing something extraordinary. So dancing was great for me. So I took a lot of dance classes. I was always taking classes. Even when I was in the church, I was hiding and taking salsa lessons and all that. And later on, I became very good friends with certain people who were professional dancers, and they also taught me. Lenny Pierre-Antoine, Emmanuel Pierre-Antoine's sister.
Correct.
So they were teaching dancing when I had the club at Estelle, and I was taking classes from her. And after a while, I started teaching myself. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know COVID-19, so many different studios and businesses had to shut down. Are you still offering classes?
No, during COVID-19, I had some sort of an epiphany, because whatever I do,
Mm-hmm.
I tend to have a community focus on, because I believe that the change that you require in this world, you have to look in the mirror and then make them.
Correct.
So if I'm doing something, I think of the community, I think of how I could make a change, because I really believe that the world is not made up of the 8 billion people who are residing on this planet, but the
Mm-hmm.
world is really made up of the 200 or 300 people with whom you get in contact on a regular basis.
Correct.
So if you want to change the world, change those people, affect those people, make situations that are going to be positive for their lives. And that's really the philosophy that I've embodied since I was a young kid.
Mm-hmm.
People with whom I get in contact, I make sure that I have some kind of an impact on their lives. So after, when COVID came about, I was thinking, the dancing thing is great, but how can I really impact
Mm-hmm.
my world, if you will?
Correct.
And since I write, I really do write. So I decided, we don't have a physical presence, if you will. We don't have a presence on the web
Mm-hmm.
that is positive as Haitian people.
Mm-hmm.
If you Google Haiti or anything about Haitians, you see the same stereotypical nonsense, refugees, political chaos, earthquake, all kinds of negative images. We are more than that. You've been to my parties, you've seen how we are. We are
Yes.
very classy and
Yes.
very, very good people that even American citizens would be envious of our lifestyles and how we are, yet they don't know that side of us. That doesn't mean that we don't have problems. What we
Mm-hmm.
need to do, I figured, was to present ourselves in a way that we control the narrative. And I stumbled on this African proverb that says, until the lion learns to write,
Mm-hmm.
all the stories will glorify the hunter. So
Yep.
in our case, we are the lion as Haitians, and the hunter is the powers that be. So
Mm-hmm.
they're the one that always says, "Oh yeah, that lion was lazy. That's why he got shot. That lion was this, that." Now the lion had to learn how to write. So I start writing our own story, and I plan on decimating, putting out those stories through cinema, another powerful medium, because the cinema is one of the most powerful tools that exists, and yet we don't even have an imprint on cinema as a people.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I love the idea of being a change maker, an agent, a change agent, and that's who you are. Because I'll always say, I've always said to anybody, who is Brunir? I'm like, he's a man who does everything excellently. Listen, the last fundraiser you had a fundraising cabaret for the new project that we're going to be talking about.
Mhm.
And that was over a month ago.
Yeah.
And I was running late, but I was like, I need to be there. I need to be there. Oh my gosh, what a night. And you're right. Many of those who don't know who we are would be envious if they
Exactly.
really had a taste. That's why, your activities and your parties and your events are the type of events that I want to invite my non-Haitian friends to, because I know it's going to be presented in a way that I'll be proud of, because you do such a great job. So
And
can you tell us a little bit about why you decided to have this premiere party?
Well, before I go to that, I was going to say it. The whole philosophy is based on something simple. I am a very jealous person, not jealous in terms of a man who's jealous of a woman or jealous, envious of other people's stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
am jealous for us as Haitian. You know how in the Bible it says God is a jealous God? When it comes
Correct.
to Haitians, I'm a jealous citizen. I
Mm-hmm.
don't like the fact that our people is seen as negative, as I don't like the image that we have. And
Correct.
the only people who can change that is us. So how do we change that? If Haitians are always late, when I do my things, I do them on time. Then let people learn through that. If somebody's coming to my event and you think we're going to start late, then that's your problem because I'm going to start on time. And
Yeah.
next time, perhaps you'll come on time. So that's the way I think about it. I don't
Mm-hmm.
have a standard for Haitians or standard for Americans. I have one standard because as a people, we have to be proud of ourselves.
Yeah. Well, I am one of those people too. If you were to ask my friends, I'm always on time. But that Friday night, I had like work and everything else, and I bought those tickets, and I'm like, I'm gonna come, and I'm glad I caught the half of it, which was great. But next time, I think I'm gonna call the day off. I'm gonna call off from work so that I'll have enough time to participate because I know as you said, you want to change the stories that we're seeing. You want to change perspective, the negative views of our culture. I grew up very proud as a Haitian person. That's why everywhere I go, I represent. I let them know who I am and I show up my
Yes.
full self so that there are no ambiguity about who I am and what I'm trying to do in this world. But it's not easy. It's not easy. Let's talk money. Let's talk money with friends. Our show. We
Mhm.
say it encompasses everything. We talk about money, but
Mhm.
money is what you're doing. Trying
Absolutely.
to make a difference, and also the adventure you're taking on.
Mhm.
It's not gonna be easy. So, what are some of the challenges in terms of like financing or even working with people? What are some of the challenges that have you faced with
Well,
this project or even altogether?
the challenge is, of course, is always time because our people, for some bizarre reason, do not respect the idea of time. For example, now is September. People are just still slow to get their tickets, and you tell them, get your tickets, get your tickets, get your tickets, because we have a VIP after party at Lombardo's. And as
Correct.
you know, if anybody knows, they know Lombardo's has a set number of people
Mm-hmm.
we can take. So what's going to happen? And I know it's going to happen because we always go through that. They're going to wait at the very last minute to get
Mm,
their VIP tickets, and it's going to be sold out.
yeah.
And people are going to be persecuting me, calling me, texting me. Oh my God, Brunir, can you get me a ticket? No, I can't, because you could get your ticket today. Don't bother me. 4 weeks. I mean, what? We have 3.5 weeks left. Don't bother me to get your tickets. Get your tickets today.
Correct.
Today, you know you're going. Get your tickets.
Yes.
That's the one of the biggest challenges that we have. Our
Yeah.
people just like to relax, and do
Lean
things.
back, lay
Hey,
back. Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely, I think that's the biggest challenge.
Yeah. What
Um,
about financing the project? I mean, like, I'm sure you didn't do it all by yourself. You must have had folks and businesses who believed in you and said, yes, let me write a check, let me support here, let me. So, can you talk a little bit about that and also maybe shout out to some of them if you feel like you want to do that tonight?
well, in that context, first I should talk about my partner, my business partner,
Yeah.
Carm Cynthia. As you know, she and I are like two peas in a pod when it comes to this project.
Mm-hmm.
We founded Cine Lion together because I remember I told you the proverb, until the lion learns to write,
Mm-hmm.
all the
Stars.
stories glorify the hunter. So as a
Mm-hmm.
result of that proverb, we decided we're going to form or found a company, and we called it Cine Lion. So
Mm,
basically using cinema to show the riding of the lion.
correct.
Okay, so
Wow.
Cine Lion is a business with a mission. Our
Mm,
mission is to basically present our stories
mm,
from our vantage point, from our focus, from our lenses. Because if you are writing, if you are doing a movie, and I'm sure you've seen that in movies
yeah.
that other people present, there's this Haitian saying that says "Mon amour in a film." Okay, I'm sure you've heard that before, right? So basically, you have a black person. After 2 seconds, that person dies, and then that's it.
Yeah.
If I'm writing my own movie,
they don't get to die. Yeah.
You're not gonna die. I probably kill the white person first before I kill the black person in the movie because that's my movie. But
Correct.
they kill us first in their movie because that's their movie. And we cannot blame them for doing that because that's their vantage point. Because in their mind, whatever it is. My point is not all racial or anything. It's just a question that people should have the right to present their stories themselves.
Yeah. Representation matters. And I think, that's why I love it, because I know you are trilingual. And I'm one of those people who believe in language justice. And I always tell folks who come on my show here, let's talk money with friends. We are bilingual. We are trilingual. We can speak whatever we want to speak. Now, it's all up to you to go and Google and find out the information if you cannot find it. Because we are here representing everyone. We speak mostly English because our audience, our friends, and people we went to school with, they want to be part of this. And they're very supportive. And we want to continue to do that. But if you feel like, the spirit is leading you and you want to share something, especially when we start digging into the movie, I think it'll be a great idea for you to speak French or Creole so that the audience you're trying to get to see the movie as well, they can come and support it. Okay. So here you are the lead actor. You're the writer, you're the producer, and of course
I'm one of the producers. We have two executive producers. Carm Cynthia is an executive producer. I am an executive producer. And executive producers, for those who don't know the parlance of movies, are the people who put the big money in the movie.
Yes, they write the checks.
Yes,
right. Right. So the name of the movie is A Heart on Demand. And what how do you say it in French again?
Un cœur en convalescence.
Un cœur en convalescence.
Or in Creole, we would say on cœur cap guéri.
On cœur cap guéri. Oh, it's for me. I think there are many cœurs, there are many hearts that need mended. And I think this movie will actually help them mend their hearts, right? So it's in English and in French. I saw the trailer. Were you able to bring the trailer to share with us? We can share.
No, I didn't bring anything at all. I just brought myself, I guess.
Yeah. I think it's online. I posted it on my page. So anybody who would like to see the trailer can definitely click on the link. There's a website, there's a page for the movie. You can, and then there's also a link to buy tickets if you would like to.
And tickets are also available at all the Haitian stores, the major ones. Gino's in Brockton, Bon Appetit Restaurant, Brothers Cafe, and Everett. We have tickets also at how do you call it? Complex Hair Design, La Baguette. So the tickets almost everywhere.
And my favorite is Even Bright.
Even Bright also. Yeah,
Even Bright. I don't know what they're getting, but it makes it so convenient. With my cell phone or computer, you can click, and get your tickets.
People could go to Eventbrite right now, and we have a lot of people coming to the movie from out of state as well. We have people coming from California, people coming from Florida, from New York. So you're going to see a lot of people you haven't seen before, and who knows, people might meet some interesting folks.
Yeah, definitely. So briefly, maybe a couple sentences. What's the movie about? I know we just mentioned,
The movie basically is about relationship. It's sort of how could I put it? It's about relationships, but also we also wanted to tell, as a people, we love, we hate, we do bad things, we do good things. We want to see ourselves on screen, and there's a story based on that. So to put it blatantly, the story is about Ralph. Ralph is a photographer, and Ralph is about to get married. And the night of his bachelor party, he found out that his girlfriend was hit head on by a drunk driver of Gallatin Boulevard.
Oh my gosh!
So that's what the movie's about.
That's awful. And he's getting.
You notice when I say Gallatin Boulevard, it becomes real, right?
I know. It's
going to become very real for the people in Boston because everything happens in Boston.
Everything happens.
Well, most of the things, yeah. We do
Yeah.
have
So
some Haiti shots in New York, but the whole story is based on Boston.
yeah, you have some really great actors and actresses. I know one, Betty Lamette.
Betty
She,
Lemit, yes, yes.
yeah, she's one of our
Yeah, she's a
Julia
homegrown
Roberts
actresses,
cover
yes.
actress.
Absolutely. She's a great actress, and she's in the movie. We have Nadège Telfort, who's
Uh-huh.
also a very popular Haitian artist, actress. She's in the movie as well. We had to send for her all the way from Haiti to act
How come I'm not in the movie?
because you did not come to the.
So
No,
that
but
we,
that's
no,
important though.
no,
No,
I'm
but
just,
listen though,
yeah.
we when we do a movie, we do
Uh-huh.
what you call casting,
Uh-huh.
and I want people to pay attention. We
Mhm.
have other projects coming up.
Correct.
Whenever you see Cine Lyon casting, meaning
Mhm.
that we're calling people to come and have an audition for the roles that we list. And we
Correct.
don't have any discrimination. All we care
Mhm.
about is, can you, in fact, be in front of the camera, improvise, read, and does your physical presence fit or matches the character
Character.
that we're looking for, the person we're looking for.
I
So
know
we
Edna,
people
I
to,
saw Edna Cherie.
yes,
Yes.
she came for audition.
Audition. Yeah, that was
There is
great.
not a person in the movie who didn't come for audition.
Yeah.
Everyone.
That's great. So there's an opportunity. Not only are you providing a different light, you sharing,
Mhm.
you showing a different perspective about our culture, but also for those who are interested in the arts or
Absolutely.
interested in being
You know,
in front
acting.
of the
Who knows?
camera.
Who knows whether we have the next um, Oscar winner person here in Boston that could start here? You don't know because
Exactly.
the way acting is, you start building your resumes by participating in different movies, and it could be
Right.
something simple, and you go and you go and you never know. So anybody who's watching, who has aspirations to be an actor or an actress, or if you're interested in filmmaking in general, because you could be before the camera or behind the camera, like Com was as the director. By the way, she's the first female director that we know of in Boston for a movie here.
Mhm.
So we're very proud of her in that sense, and she did a wonderful and superb job on that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had her on the show and she's really amazing.
Oh,
I'm
she is
not
definitely is.
surprised that she's working with you. And, I know it's not easy for men and women to work together and have a mutually respectful relationship. So how have you been able to do that, especially within the culture that we're part of?
I am all about positivity. I believe that I learned to ignore the noise because
Mhm.
whenever people see me with comments like, "Is that your girlfriend?" I'm like, okay, no, she is my business partner. Bagay kon sa. Kou mwen yo toujou kon bagay ap di. Ou sa mwen
Correct.
di lan? Donc, l'important que nous pas occuper sa société, ap di nou focus sur sa gen pou fè ya. Parce que
Correct.
mon nan, le plus souvent, son projection que mon nan fait. Mon nan pas qu'à imaginer, yon bel ti chelen kon sa, wap
No,
travay avec, pou patanon titin bretin avec, ou kompon avec tout là.
I
Donc,
know.
comme d'où, exemple là, c'est nous-mêmes qui pou bailler. Parce que
Correct.
l'on travaille avec une fille comme un garçon haïtien, fille à son monde avant que l'on fille. Donc, moi,
Mhm.
comme on fille, me respecter comme on fille, me travaille avec comme on fille, mais comme un monde plutôt, et que on
Yeah.
fille. Non, nous avons une relation très serrée, mais son relation amicale, son relation de travail, que nous
Yeah.
vraiment remet l'autre, une l'autre dans la question, ça passe, nous respecter une l'autre.
Yeah, it's good. Respect is important between men and women, and also I know what you mean by folks are always projecting,
Oh yeah,
thinking
it's a projection on them.
if
Yeah.
you have a client who's a male client, I own a business. I've been in business for many years. A male client, oh, something is going on. No, we actually working and we're making money. Let's talk money with friends. We're all about making money because at the end of the day, if you make money, I make money, we're all gonna be happy. And money, again, we say encompasses everything. The work that you're doing right now, that's you making money, not only now, but also future money and positioning young people. So yeah, my next question is about how I know you said come to the audition and you have so much to offer, Brunir. Are you mentoring any young people? Are they reaching out to you? I know it's so hard for people to actually realize that within our community, we have so many people been there, they've done that, and they have so much to offer. They call you and say, yes, I would like to learn about your business and like to, hear a little bit more about what you do and how you've been able to do it, and then you never hear from them. Like the mentorship.
No, that's fine. I'm always doing some kind of mentoring one way or the other. I mean, actually, I joke to my friends sometimes that, listen, this semester the Brunir Shackleton School of Higher Learning is closed, because I'm always giving some advice or something to someone. With respect to younger folks, most of them are usually younger than I anyway. It's just that even with the confines of the movie, we made sure that we have younger people in the movie, because I wrote the script. So one of the things that I made sure that I wrote things in the script that would give the opportunity for young people to act. We have young people in the movie. And that's important, because sometimes as a community, we focus on the grand ones, we don't focus on the young people.
Correct.
And I made sure that we have young people in our movie.
You have to pass on the baton and the next generation, just being in the mix, just being in the environment. I know I saw a call for volunteers. There was, I'm not sure if it's for the premiere that's coming up, which we're going to be talking about. So why don't we talk about that now, the premiere. The premiere is on October 2nd, and you already mentioned there's a VIP, which I am. I'm going to be in the VIP crowd, but because I want to support, because the VIP tickets are a little bit more expensive, and we want to support the movie. What about, how do we want to encourage folks to come and join it? Why should they?
First of all, let me remind people, it's on Sunday, October 2nd.
Correct.
I don't want you to go find out that Sunday is another date, because by the way, a little joke, someone actually went to see the movie last week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Mettre les sous lit, mettre costume li senti bon, puis le débarquer dans ce théâtre là, là le font petit movie pour contre. OK? Après les nous l'a dit comme ça, oh m'ba c'est jeudi à movie a des. Non, movie a pas de semaine passée. Movie a c'est dimanche 2 octobre. Ça veut dire 3 semaines et demie exactement movie a. Donc qui ça qui a movie a? N'a gagné movie a c'est à 4 heures pour moun là. 4 heures tapis rouge. When you entrer dans le tapis rouge, a gagné red carpet, if you will. Interview dans red carpet là, mon a prend photo, tout le monde parle en débandade, habillé, senti bon.
Habillé pour tout corbeau.
Pour tout corbeau, moi habillé là,
Which mean like let's just explain it. When someone say habillé pour tout corbeau, meaning like put your best on and also wear some high heels if you're a girl. Do something nice.
Well, let me put it this way. The women who are in the movie, the actresses and the actors, everybody is going. I know that Edna Shea is designing some clothes for some of the actresses. I know Kathy Jodley is designing clothes for some of the actresses. People are going to literally get their dresses designed or going to places to order their dresses. It's going to be...
It's the real deal.
Glamour. It's going to be big. Yeah. And so... this is something that we need in the community. We need to be able, parce que travail tout le temps, travail dur, payer bill, manger, travail bébé. We need to be able to go out and put our bling on, those earrings that's hiding somewhere that you bought that you didn't wear. Those days that day you could wear them. And those shoes or that dress or whatever, or that suit. Yeah. Get those out of the closet. Make sure you adorn those things on you that day. Yeah. So Swan Theater will have the red carpet, and after that we'll have a pre-show, pre-show before the movie, and we'll have a Q&A with the actresses and the director and the writer.
Who's doing the pre-show? Are they acts that we know?
It's gonna be we're gonna announce who's gonna be the host of the pre-show.
Okay.
I mean, somebody's going to host it. It's not long. It's not going to be a long thing. And after that, we'll have the movie. And after the movie, we'll have the bow where people are going to come and then, get their clapping on, if you will. And after that, the VIPs only now are going to go to the Lombardos for the after party. And the after party, by the way, includes dinner. So people will have a dinner over there. We'll have dancing. We'll have more pictures. We'll have a program in there. So it's going to be very nice.
Very nice. So, and, again, this movie is in English and Creole.
So the movie is exactement, je m'a parlé qu'on y a là. I commence en Creole là, and I turn into English, and then before you know it, into Creole encore, That's the way we speak. So the movie was written the way we speak.
Yeah, and it has subtitles, though, for those who speak.
Absolutely. All the Creole, everything that says in English will be subtitled in Creole, and everything that says in Creole will be subtitled in English. So
okay, definitely. So you can bring your
you
non-Haitian
could bring your
friends and
non-Haitian
invite
because
them.
all my siblings are married to non-Haitian anyway, so
Yeah,
most of them. So they'll come with their people and they'll be
I
fun.
know we all have a diverse group of people in our family.
Absolutely,
So yeah,
absolutely.
definitely come and support, because I wanted to have this conversation with you because again, at Let's Stop Money with Friends, we want to highlight those who are doing great things in our community and other communities. And I feel like what you've been doing, what you're about to do, it's gonna be big, because I know everything you do it excellently, and it's gonna be like amazing.
Okay.
The pre-party, the fundraiser that you did a couple months ago was such a great time. And I know friends, I posted a couple videos online, folks were saying like, how come you didn't invite me? So this is what I've been doing. I've been sending out the poster to everyone saying like, come out, come and have fun. Let's get together and have a girls' night out, or just like together with your friends, your spouse. It doesn't matter. Come
What I,
out, enjoy.
what I would like to say, sometimes me dit tout le monde qui attendait, c'est que si ou c'est un monde qui qu'on a habitué critiquer bagay haïtien, parler de médiocrité, tout bagay ça, na
Yeah,
bon défi fois ça, font effort, bonne chance, font paraître pour ouais, est-ce que c'est toujours même bagay yo, parce que nous-mêmes nous voulons changer bagay.
yeah.
Parce que
Mhm,
médiocrité paraît mais que nous sommes qui jaloux comme
mhm.
haïtien. Parce que là, je voyage mal dans la République dominicaine, je regarde la République dominicaine avec Haïti, ça m'a fait mal.
Yeah,
Je suis jaloux, que je graine. Je suis
I know.
jaloux que le pays nous pas arrangé. Mais
Yeah,
quand nous-mêmes nous arrangé, on a arrangé aussi, nous faisons un programme comme haïtien, nous supposons faire de façon que niveau élevé, que n'importe qui va venir. Je n'ai pas
yeah.
aucun problème qu'une télévision américaine vienne, qu'un monde vienne dans le bagage, non, parce que nous connaissons que nous faisons un bagage qui est à la hauteur de tout le monde.
Correct.
C'est ça qui est
Correct.
important.
That's why I'm excited. That's why I'm back à wait pour me participer, parce que vous connaissez, et voilà un bel show. Et, our culture is such a beautiful culture.
It is.
We do have some of our challenges, and part of it, we all know who's responsible for what we've been going through. But at the end of the day, we can do our parts,
The
right?
parts that we
our
can
part.
do, we're going to
Yeah.
do them because if we look at our own culture, we have so many things that other people don't have. You go to Jamaica. Jamaica is nice, but what history does Jamaica have compared to
Mhm.
us? I mean, forgive me, my Jamaican friends here, but compared to Haitian history,
Yeah.
we have the Citadel, we have Sans Souci, we have a bunch of. Our history is one of the most glorious history ever. Yet we're not selling that. Wala nan bois caïman, pas gagné, le bois. Ou il veut au Cap, ou il veut sans souci, bagay yo pas vraiment. We don't marketize our culture. Vous comprenez? Nous, c'est nous-mêmes seuls dans le Caraïbe là qui fondons religion.
Yeah.
On ne va pas parler dans ce contexte religieux, bagay, vaudou, protestant, non? But I'm talking about the culture of voodoo, our music, all that we could sell. Parce que if you go to Bali, you're going to visit what? If you go to, let's say, India or Egypt, you're going to visit the tombs. You're going to visit certain things. Lo Haïti, ou te ka visiton c'est de bagay culturel.
Correct.
We don't take advantage of those things, malheureusement.
Yeah, I'm not Buddhist, but I went to Asia and I
There you
visited
go.
everything. Yeah.
Donc, someone à Haïti,
At the end of the day, it's all about education.
That's what I
Education
mean.
matters. We talk about that on the show, exposure. So if you have friends who have not been exposed to another culture, they need to be exposed to a different side of the Haitian culture and bring them out.
And if you have your spouse, your friends, or whatever, bring them to the movie so they could see how Haitians are, because the movie was written to basically show how we are here in Boston. We have people who, dans le movie, nous avons des gens qui pas papier, nous avons des gens qui papier, nous avons des gens qui professionnels, nous avons des gens qui pas professionnels. So it just showed all of us.
Correct. So you mentioned earlier that, some of the people might start with you, but they ended up in Hollywood. What about you? What are some of your long-term goals? And also, where do you see yourself 10, 15 years from now? I mean,
10, 15 years bon. Disons que I would hope to get married one day. I mean, seriously, something.
Really?
Yeah. Why not?
What's holding you back? You have everything, Brunir.
I have everything.
Easily, you cook. I've been to your house. It's amazing. What's holding you? Maybe this is the time. Let's do a request for proposal.
That sounds like a business plan.
Request for proposal. Who is available? I'm just joking. But
No,
yeah, you
that's
never
fine.
know.
Bon, moi, c'est que on prend mariage au sérieux, parce que dans le sens
Ouais.
que mariage, on va sérieux, ou pas qu'à marier comme ça, comme ça, comme ça. Donc,
Mm.
ça viendra, ça viendra.
So I mean, I'm telling you, it's saying business.
Yes.
But
So,
sometimes you have
no,
to
10 to 15 years, I'd like to see that, definitely.
you have to be risky a lot. You took a big risk, right? By doing this movie, by investing in it as an executive producer, and by bringing all these people together to, you know, the team and the staff that and the crew that you pulling together. You know, you had to believe in yourself and you took a big risk. So life is the same, right? You gotta sometimes you have to venture out and
Well, those risks are more calculated in a sense that you can determine what's going to happen. But whereas the life risks are a bit more fluid because you have to deal with another party. Because mariage, c'est avec comme on va danser avec. Donc, faut partenaire faut qu'à danser même dans même ton parce que mon danser là-bas ou qu'on parle ba qui zumba.
Well, you gotta pull her in or whoever, you know, pull that person in and start dancing. And teach them how to do it.
Sometimes they have two left feet.
If you have your two left legs like I do, two left feet like I do, it'll be like, oh, okay, it's not gonna work. But yeah, I'm so glad we had an opportunity to talk. So going back again to your professional life, where do you see it 15 years, 10 years from now?
I'd like to make a lot of money because I feel just like you, not making money because of the sake of money. I think that when you have a good heart, when you're somebody who's caring, that's unfortunate. If I were to go back as a young person, I would choose one of those career paths that I would make so much money so I could do what I want to do, because money gives you freedom. Money gives you the freedom to do what you really want to do. Parce que I have so many ideas of let's say, for example, I were to win the lottery. So many things that we could do. You know, scholarship for kids to even buy books.
Correct.
You know, most poor kids who went to school, we know how hard it is to buy books, for example. Correct. I remember when I was in college, I've never had any new books. All my books were used because it's so expensive. Those professors, they change the books. They write 2 lines and they change the book and they require that you buy them.
Exactly.
So it's always in my head that, okay, if I had money, I'd do like maybe a $500 or $1,000 scholarship for kids to be able to buy books. You know, just college kids buy books. You could do something. People can do things like that, you know?
Yeah, well, Cine Leon, and you and Cam Cynthia, you know, great human being. You're all you're gonna do great things, and I'm here to support.
I would ask the community to support us, because if you don't support the people who are doing positive things, the mediocrities are going to come to the surface. And I'm not suggesting other people's things are mediocre per se, but we really are on a mission to present us in a way that would make you guys proud, show us that you're interested in what we're doing, montrer nous qu'on apprécie ça n'a faire pour venir supporter nous. Même si vous pas sous ça, vous allez dire ah pas sous ça, mais rendre nos services là, venir supporter nous, parce que c'est seule façon pour nous encourager pour nous continuer. Parce que bon, film ça fin fait, nous avons l'autre film, deuxième film déjà fin fait déjà. OK? Nous avons l'autre script qui déjà écrit déjà, c'est temps pour le show. Ça veut dire que we're not just going to stop.
Yeah.
We are continuing. Cine Leon's the company. Premier accouchement, c'est A Heart on the Man.
A Heart on the Man.
And more to come.
Yeah.
Et l'autre bagarre encore, tout Cine Leon va le faire tout. We also want, as a company, to present and show other movies that other people have made that we figure are up to par, that makes Haitians proud as well.
Correct. A Heart on the Man. It's so important for you to come out to support that. I'm gonna be out to support it. Pick up your tickets at Eventbrite or local stores that you mentioned. And of course, go online. We have the link to the page. We have the link to the website. On my page here, Let's Talk Money with Friends. You want to go and click and purchase your ticket, because at the end of the day, we want to support. We want to show our culture in a different light.
Yes.
And we have so many beautiful things that we can share. I know I'm one of them, and really, Brunir is one of them. There are so many more beautiful things we can share with you, non-Haitians and Haitians. So please come out. We want you to be successful. Yesterday I posted like, when you win, we all win. Why?
Yes.
Because we know that when you do well, you are able to bring more inspired actors and actors to come and work. And because, one time we had the Hollywood, Bollywood, and Haitian wood, right? We
Exactly.
had a thriving Haitian movie industry, and
Yes.
it kind of all died
After
out.
the earthquake, it went down. Yeah.
Yeah, and we need to revitalize, we need to bring that back. And supporting this film and others perhaps that are gonna be coming out soon would be a great way for you. Supporting the arts, because I love the fact that you said, I went to school and I got a liberal arts education. Many times, again, our parents are saying liberal arts education is not, it's not an education that you need to pursue. But let me tell you, it will change your children's life, and it will change our culture's life.
But the people who are saying that, what they need to think about during the COVID, when we could not work, when we could not go to work, what saved us? It was the arts. People were watching Netflix, they were watching TV. How do you think you get to that?
Yeah.
How do you think you get to watching TV beside the arts?
Yeah.
You had writers, you had people who were doing shows. That's how we got over it. So art is important.
It's
In
important.
many ways, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Allocate some of your money, save some of your money this month for that really great event. And I'm looking forward to seeing all of you. Thank you again for being part of this show, Brunir Shackleton, such an awesome name. And thank you again for being such a renaissance man. Thank you for showing us that all things are possible. And also thank you, those of you who are watching and supporting this show, because I'm doing it because I too want to be a change agent. I want to make a difference with people who are looking to make a difference. So please tag, share, and make a comment, and let your friends know that we are here every Wednesday at 7 o'clock live on time. Thank you so much.
Thank
Have
you,
a blessed
everyone.
night.
Yes.
Don't hang up.